Today we are having a look at Manchester United and analysing how they have been playing. If we take a look at the Premier League table, we can see that Manchester City are running away with the league, but sitting there in second place are United, with 53 goals scored, just 3 less than City, but more than the rest of the top 4. And a lot of these goals are coming from Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. They are the main goal scorers and creators for United, and they're especially dangerous on the counter-attack, playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. But does it actually work? Recently, Man United have lost at home to Sheffield United and had draws against Everton, West Brom and Palace. Manchester United are currently second in the Premier League and they play a 4-2-3-1 formation regularly. They are seen as a counter-attacking team, but there is a reason to that. And one of those reasons is that they sit very deep, and the back four position themselves closer to their own penalty area because they do not want to have the space in behind them. And the reason for that is the lack of pace from Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. These two players are good on the ball. Harry Maguire is great in the air, but their weakness is their ability in running back to goal. So this forces Manchester United to play a two-holding midfield system, with Nemanja Matic and Fred or McTominay sitting in front of Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, with their main aim is to congest that middle part of the field, stopping the ball through into a striker. Because United don't want a striker to get the ball and run in behind the defence or look for the ball over the top. Fred and Matic provide that cover, stopping the balls coming over the top and in behind the defence. So United sit nice and deeply with Fred and Matic in front, and their aim is to clog up the middle of the pitch, trying to force those two central midfielders in orange here to play that ball wide away from the goal, leaving the comfortable fullbacks and the confident fullbacks of Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right and Luke Shaw on the left in their good defensive 1v1 positioning. Sitting so deep can cause problems for Man United, but in this central midfield area and with the centre-backs, if United win the ball back quickly, they can then pass it forward positively, giving it to any of their 4 attacking players, either Bruno Fernandes behind the striker, or Rashford out left, Greenwood out wide and Martial up front. Their movement in direct behind the back 4 can cause great discomfort and problems for the opposition. And any team that sits high up the pitch, pressuring Manchester United high, leave a lot of space in behind, and that is when United attack with those counter-attacks. So the low block that United use, having the 2 defensive midfielders, can actually benefit them on the counter-attack. If they give that ball to Fernandes, he can pick out those passes quickly. And that's one of the reasons why they're one of the highest Premier League goal-scoring teams this season. Playing deep and breaking on the counter-attack suits Manchester United, but the issue comes when they play against a team who allow them to have possession more. In the last 10 games in the Premier League, United have only won 3, drawing against West Brom and Crystal Palace, while actually losing to Sheffield United. Now, these are teams that you would expect Manchester United to be winning against, and the issue comes from having 2 holding midfielders. Fred and Matic, or even McTominay, sitting in that deep role, have only one option to play into, being Bruno Fernandes in the middle of the pitch. So quite often they'll end up playing the ball sideways, and Fernandes is finding it hard to find the space to get onto the ball. So in order to try and create that space, he starts to drop a little bit wider, which then pulls him away from the danger zone. And also, he could potentially drop in deep to try and get on the ball. Now, by doing that, actually causes a few more problems for United. They actually have 3 players, they're 3 attacking players high up the pitch, but there's no link between those 2 holding midfielders and those 3 front players. And in some cases, it could actually be 3 against 8 or 9. So what United try and do is try and get their fullbacks advanced nice and high up the pitch, overlapping those inverted wingers. Fernandes has the ability to switch the ball and play into a Luke Shaw or Aaron Wan-Bissaka. However, when he does that, there's only Anthony Martial moving into the box. And at times this season, his movement just hasn't been as specific or as determined as you would expect. For Manchester United, the difficulty is having this back two protected by two defensive midfielders, creating almost a sort of a square shape in the middle of the pitch here. Now, if this back four is sitting too low or too deep on the pitch, Manchester United have troubles in breaking through the lines and going forwards, especially when the other team have sat a bit deeper themselves. So what Manchester United need to try and do is step further up the pitch. By doing that, they're going to start to create a little bit more space, allowing either Matic, McTominay or Fred, whoever's playing in that deep line central midfield role, to step a little bit wider and potentially then find those passes into Bruno Fernandes or forwards out to the wide men or up front to Anthony Martial. It is important though that Bruno Fernandes gets the space and time on the ball, and if there's another option further forwards for him, Bruno Fernandes is likely to go and try and find that. So if you get Bruno on the ball more, the top three or the strikers are going to run in behind and create many more opportunities for the team. And by doing that, the back four of the opposition team will drop off and again create more and more space. But to give Bruno more space and more options, it's important that one of the holding midfielders is able to step forwards into the midfield a little bit more. So someone here like Matic stepping further forwards is going to give the other team trouble, and it's going to make sure that Bruno's getting lots of options on the ball. And once you have those options, there's going to be more opportunities for Manchester United. Currently in second place, but will Man United make the top four? Or are these defensive troubles going to cost them? We can only wait and see. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more individual training, player analysis and team analysis.